Hello, everybody. My name is Dayanara, and this is my final presentation for my International Business 101 class. My professor was Diana Bullen, and my country of choice was Italy. My corporation of choice to study and do a product with is also Starbucks. So, with that, we can get started with my final presentation. So, Italy in specific is one of the most talked about countries in terms of vacation spots. They're not really talked about in the business world for any of their global trades, even though they are one of the most high income nations with strong global trade networks. As I know, not many people know, but it's something that honestly a lot of people should know because they are one of the most beautiful countries that have beautiful architecture all around them and just historical landmarks as well. For example, in Tower of Pisa, they have Rome, beautiful Milan, which is known for their fashion industry. Italy, known for their fashion industry, and Milan just landmarked that for them. They are also known for their coffee culture, as, oh, sorry, not a lot of people know, but Italy has an intense coffee culture that you have to respect no matter what. They take their espresso traditions very seriously, as the tradition is strictly espressos for the morning. If you try to order after 11 a.m., in any local's eyes, that is a federal crime. And I say that kind of lightly, but not really because they will give you a ridiculous looks as if you're crazy and honestly generally question you like, are you sure, like, do you want to, like, so the raiders will still give it to you, but they'll highly discourage it as it is seen just as a strict morning tradition, strictly for the morning. Do not order it after 11. And definitely do not order it if you're going to eat pasta. Do not ever do that. Just as a warning for you guys, if you want to go to Italy and just enjoy it and you're planning to get an espresso after 11, that's not realistically feasible in their eyes. That's a federal crime. And Italy is honestly one of the founding members of the EU, the European Union. That is why they have one of the most strongest global trade networks that you can find. And they are one of the founding members. So there's approximately 60 million people that live in Italy. Not everybody is a citizen of the EU. Most of them are foreign residents. About 5 million people make up Italy's population, so about 9% of their local economy, 70% of which are not citizens of the EU. Italy is a founding member, so of course it has a lot of benefits. It's active and they're influential, and they're active and are honestly one of the biggest influential members since its founding of the EU. And its benefits from common market, which promotes economic growth and just overall creates new jobs for people. Italy also receives funding from EU for various projects such as the infrastructure development and supporting of agriculture. Sorry. So yeah, let's see. Italy is also known, strangely, for their just overall really relaxed demeanor, as they have a whole section of the afternoon just dedicated to relaxing. So I don't want to say this in a rude way, but like they just overall nap in that section of time, which I am completely jealous of because that is my dream to just take a quick good 2 to 3 hours nap in my afternoon. And they take that very seriously. It's called siesta time, and every business is closed and everything like that. So every street vendor, every store that you're going to find, it's going to be closed for that big portion of the afternoon, just so that people can relax, take their naps, just overall, very relaxed country. Very much would like to visit it one day. With Starbucks being my corporation, it is a global brand. Name obviously was kind of well known, but not well known. So, fun fact here, their name was inspired by the movie Dick, as for their love of the sea. And it was founded in 1971 in Seattle. The purpose of the my proposed product would be Italian inspired coffee pods that are compatible with any home machine that you might have. So, for example, the Keurig espresso machines, if you just pop the pod in, it'll make the coffee. Starbucks already has K pods, but I just want to propose entire Italian inspired um line so that we are able to sell it throughout all of Italy, and hopefully it's accepted by the locals so that they don't have to go to any type of coffee house to get their coffee and just make it at the comfort of their house. Our expansion strategy would be premium convenience for coffee at Italian homes, like I explained, as we generally, as Americans, we always just strive for more towards comfort and convenience than going out of our ways to go all the way to a coffee house to get our coffee. That it's honestly it's our daily rituals for most of us, so that we have to go to a coffee house to get our caffeine, as we just do not have the time to go buy coffee pods. But most of the time, if we buy coffee pods, we go for just making it at home. Some of the attributes of the K pods are just the high quality Arabica beads. Sorry if I mispronounced it. Totally whacked off on that. But that is their beans that they mainly use for every blend in Starbucks. They're mainly found, in the Asian province of the world. So they do have multiple beans that they do use. Some they use Colombian beans, sometimes they use just general Latin American beans, but the Arabica beans are found in their Asian province of the world. And Starbucks just focus mainly on sustainability, so sustainable sourcing as per se, as they are certified through their ethical sourcing programs, such as their CAFE program or practices, sorry. So that's strictly for Starbucks. They take that very seriously. These pods are available in various blends and intensities. So if you want dark roast or mild roast, you're not really into dark roast, they provide it, and including espresso focused options that align with Italian preferences. So, yes, Starbucks already has an Italian pod, but I just want to further go into the Italian inspired flavor and just have fully about 4 to 5 variations of their flavoring. The design overall is always going to be sleek and premium, reinforcing Starbucks' image as high quality brand. Okay, let's see. So some cultural implications that may happen is because Italy is mainly known for their coffee culture. They take it very serious. It is awfully enjoyed in a quick cafe counter rather than at home or on the go. So on this visual, I provide a typical bar, because in Italy they call these bars, and it's honestly just an espresso bar. Italians traditionally drink their espressos in bars instead of coffee at home. And if you notice, everybody's drinking their coffee standing up. They do not sit down. They just drink it very quickly standing up, and then they go on their merry way. And with that being said, the traditional Italian espresso is a small, very small, but strong shot. And far removed from the larger American style branches that are like they're huge. Like all of our shots are really huge for the espresso compared to the tiny shots for Italy. For Starbucks, in order for Starbucks to succeed, it must respect and adapt to these cultural expectations. Marketing messages should primarily emphasize premium espresso style options that align with the rituals of Italians already embrace. As I said before, Italy is very much known for their cultural implications. They honestly, they have some strong culture sense that they expect people to really please respect the culture and just try to adapt to it, because if you adapt, it's perfect. You'll blend in, everybody's happy, you're happy, everybody's happy. And some more market segmentation would be that my target audience is honestly young professionals, as people who have coffee on the go or genuinely have coffee every day are people who are working every day and just overall need coffee to survive throughout the day. So young professionals would be the perfect target audience as per se. Some urban consumers, so more younger people who are open to something new and just fresh, middle class to lower class, and high class as per se, because just throughout all of the classes, as my goal generally is to have these coffee pods available for everybody so that everybody can enjoy it and there be no stereotypical implications or anything like that, that oh, only they could afford it or you can't afford it, anything like that. I just don't not okay with that. And I just strive for everybody to be able to afford the coffee pods, especially in Italy. Some of this main, like the main mission for this, like the psychographic, would be the value of convenience and prestige brands, as Starbucks do consider themselves as a prestige brand and a coffee brand as per se, and just the value of convenience. Like, yeah, I understand, like, it might seem a little lazy for people, like, oh, like, you just don't want to go all the way to Starbucks to get their coffee. No, like, it's at the end of the day, it's a person's convenience at their house that they can get a freshly brewed coffee. Um, for the geographic, I would like to include major cities throughout Italy first, and then try to dig my way into the more local, small town places. So for the major cities, it would most likely be Milan, where they already have um the first Italian Starbucks there, Florence, and as well as Rome. I feel like it would honestly most likely start succeeding in Milan, as they already have a Starbucks branch open there. That was the first Italian Starbucks branch that was opened in Italy. Sorry. So I feel like it would honestly be very successful in Milan first. Some globalization markets, some globalization of market brands would be, as seen here, not a lot of coffee pods or capsules were really popular in Europe at first. Now they really are, as they are reaching around passing the 17 billion USD market as per se as of 2025. And Starbucks' success in localizing globally is honestly what a, is a big attribute to that as per se. Only because they're just opening branches back to back globally, mainly in China, the UK, also Japan. Those are the most notable countries for their globalization. Japan is one of my favorite ones, as their branches in Japan are honestly more culturally accepted. As, for example, in Kyoto, they have a whole Starbucks that was built in 100-year-old building that just blends in perfectly with the street as it's an old tea house. So just overall, them adapting to every single culture in order to open a branch is just astounding to me, and it's phenomenal as that is how they're gaining the most success. So if Starbucks can fit a little bit more of their branding and their cultural life to the Italian lifestyle, then they'd most likely succeed as the coffee pod trend is rising in Europe. Let's see. Okay, some business analytics would be, you're honestly going to be very data driven as we want to see sale trends, the flavor preferences that most people will have. Some people might have different flavor trends than other people, and it just all depends on what we're going to get as feedback. So for the feedback, we are going to use customer loyalty apps as most people see just around like surveys, and like if you print out a receipt or on your order, they're always going to ask you if you could fill out a quick survey as just a customer response in order for them to honestly make the right decisions in the next step. Some competitors do go for just honest competitor analysis, such as Nespresso and Lavazza, and we are honestly just going to use the loyalty apps and online services as compared to them. So for our distribution strategy, some online sales, obviously, that's the most convenient, such as Amazon or straight from Starbucks.com, as they still provide all of the flavors that they have. Some retail partnerships, like in the local markets, supermarkets, as per se, and obviously online stores where you can order online and then pick it up at the store. Our logistics partners for European chains would honestly help this a lot, as Starbucks pods should be distributed throughout both online and physical retail channels. And the products would be sold via Amazon or Starbucks, as I said. Um, Offline partnerships with major Italian supermarkets, so well-known Italian supermarkets, they're going to be there, and the electronic like supermarket stores can boost both visibility and accessibility for everybody so that everybody is able to access the coffee pods. Starbucks should also work with logistics providers and experienced European supply chains to reassure reliable delivery. For our communication strategy, the marketing message should highlight convenience, sustainability, and quality, sorry, positioning Starbucks's pods as a premium, globally recognized brand that brings the cafe home. Communication should be tailored for Italian consumers using localized language, promotion, so local influencers as per se that are just promoting our coffee pods, and just overall platforms like Instagram, X, TikTok are ideal, especially when combined with local influencer partnerships to build trust and authenticity. Sorry. Our pricing strategy. So pricing mean with coffee pods mainly sorry, mainly depends on how many you're going to buy. So for example, for this value pack of 10, this would usually cost people $10, $16. They could go all the way up to $40 if you're going to buy the pack of 75, but the premium pricing is reflected on the brand and quality as well, only because we are offering quality beans, quality flavor, and we're just being very competitive with pricing in Nespresso, Lavazza pricing as well. Obviously, this is going to be in euros for bundles as well. Our bundles go up to all the way to, it could range from 10 pods, 16 pods, 25 pods, or like I said, 75 pods. And then configuring the marketing mix. So the marketing mix for Starbucks in Italy includes products as premium coffee pods are tailored to espresso taste. Price would be premium but competitive, as explained in my last slide. Place would be available online in any major retail outlet, sorry, and promotion would be obviously localized to each city with digital campaigns emphasizing the sustainability, quality, and lifestyle appeal for all P's work together in position to Starbucks as both aspirational and accessible. And then, sorry, it's a little blocked from my Zoom meeting thing, but for this slide, it's going to be product development and research and development strategies. So for research and development should focus on creating new blends that reflect the Italian taste preferences, possibly collaborating with local coffee experts. There's also room for innovation and sustainability, such as biodegradable pods or recyclable packaging. Having the research and development presence in Europe can help Starbucks stay ahead of trends and customize its products more efficiently. So for ethics, SCR, corporate social responsibility, and sustainability, Starbucks maintains a strong, very strong focus on ethical sourcing through their coffee and farmer equity practices, which ensures support for farmers and environmentally responsible farming. In addition, Starbucks is heavily investing in recyclable and compostable, yeah, compost packaging options. These sustainability efforts are important in Italy and anywhere in the world as we are trying to reduce the pollution all around us every single day. And we're environmental Italy mostly because it's where environmental awareness is high and consumers are increasingly concerned about corporate responsibility, of course. Oh, sorry, I went a little bit too far. Oh, oh no, that's it. Okay, so yeah. So this has been my presentation. I obviously used all of these citations as coffee is a big deal in Italy, and I just wanted everything to go smoothly in this research process. So thank you so much for watching my video and seeing my presentation as I was a little bit nervous, but overall this was really fun to present Italy and my proposed coffee pods as they are honestly the most convenient thing that anybody can own as you can just pop it into the espresso machine and then a minute or two later your coffee's ready and you're on the go. It's just convenient overall, and compared to their cafe bars, it's more accessible. So yeah, thank you so much to everybody, and yeah, thank you. Bye.